Silver's on the scene. It is Saturday, March 22nd, and I am in Hendersonville, Tennessee. Did some searching today, cleared out 2 spots. We'll show that tomorrow. Tonight, what I want to show you is a drive by Sebastian's home to illustrate the darkness and what it would have looked like 383 days ago when he disappeared from his Hendersonville home. Missing teen Sebastian Rogers. Say his name. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, have you seen me? $347,000 reward. Let's keep his awareness alive so we can find him and get justice. Share this flyer. Say his name. Disclaimer, thank you for your support. This is for informational purposes only, not to be taken as fact. Thank you for your support. And you clicked on this video for this. Sebastian Rogers, gone 383 days, lights off, dark. New lights, common area. Where is Sebastian Rogers? Drive by. So what you're seeing in this thumbnail are 2 different types of video, one to the right, one to the left. I have my cell phone recording as well as the dash cam. These are the dash cam data. It was last night. It was around about 11 p.m. And I just wanted to illustrate how dark it was, and once again see the trigger light from the flashlight security video camera, and cut lights off. The biggest thing was to cut lights off, as you will see us do, Silvers 2 and I, as we went through Sebastian's neighborhood. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to play the video. It's about 7 to 8 minutes long without any interruption. After it's played, I will then come back and we will just skip through it and highlight the things that you may not have caught that really stand out for me, that we were shooting for to actually show someone who's not able to get to the neighborhood how dark. I'll just say this. Had Sebastian been standing in front of my vehicle, it would have been difficult to see him. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Say his name. $347,000 reward. Share this flyer. Let's keep his awareness alive. Let's watch the video and we will go from there. Here we Silver's on the scene, and Silver's 1 and 2, Rogers' neighborhood, and we're going to show you a little bit more of how dark it is here. That's the goal here. That's the goal here, so just take a look. Check that out. Okay, so what I was doing there, I have 2 cameras running. You're going to see both views. Lower, I have my cell phone running, and it does low light really good. So you'll notice that one of the videos is going to brighten with my lights, my car lights, whereas the other one is my dash cam. Now that particular one is going to be much lower light. So if you notice when I just cut the lights off, it got really dark on one. It's illuminated more with the cell phone because it does low light. Just want to explain that. So what we're doing is we're coming. Chris with the mob crew has been doing great work. We are not going to go down, I think it's Devoncourt. We're just going to do a turn right here, much like allegedly the car did the night Sebastian went missing. We're just doing that turn. And when we do that turn, I want to do this right here. Here we go again. Just unbelievably dark. I'm doing it really quick because it's 11 p.m. at night, Friday night. I think it's March 21st. And people could come in and out the neighborhood. Now, this is the next test we're going to do. And we're real cautious of the neighbors. and people could be coming in. We didn't want to come too late or definitely too early, but I think you can see how dark it is when we cut those lights off. We are now about to make the turn onto, we're on Kellen now. We're about to make the turn off of, oh no. Oh wow. They're in there working. Okay, so that kind of threw us off. It hit. Wow. So go ahead, hon, and turn the... See how dark it is? Okay, I didn't want to make that too long. Okay, so let me just tell you what happened. Oh, God, I don't even think I had that on video. I'm thrown off. Okay, so... Oh, Silver's on the scene is whack. Okay, look how dark the house is. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we didn't expect the house with the security camera. Their garage doors open and they're working, and I didn't want to cut my lights off because I don't want to raise any kind of suspicion. We're just trying to see how dark it is. Once again, we'll do it right here. This is Stafford Court, right? I mean, you can't see anything, ladies and gentlemen. It's amazing. You can't see anything. You see little beams of light coming off different houses. That's it. But take a look at this right here. Proudfoot Home, doing this with my cell phone. They've got the garage lights on. There's Sebastian's sign still up. But look how dark the house is. And as I said, this phone has low light. So you can see some of their house still, but it is dark. They have no lights on. And so we're back to where we were, and I'll just show you here. So I didn't get to do the full test. Look, there's lights here now. Look at that. There's a light there lighting up. That wasn't there. But look here, I don't want to invade on privacy, but this guy here, he's got his garage thing open, right? And he's outside now too. So like I said, if I would have cut lights off, he would have got very suspicious. Don't want anything, don't want to cause any trouble. Look, somebody's got their fireplace on, and that smells really good. It wasn't a complete bust. You know, the thing about coming into a neighborhood like this, after all they've gone through, and, you know, say his name, Sebastian Rogers, and missing all this time, over a year, you have to understand that, you know, this neighborhood's on high alert. We just identified you know, a light in the common area that wasn't there that night. Okay, so they're changed some things up, and this guy, you know, I hear he's a nice guy, but he's outside and he's working whatever he's doing in his garage. So had I cut my lights off when I turned, it would have, I was already suspicious enough because I cut them off. He saw that happen. So he was waiting when we came back by, and it's just them being on alert, and they shouldn't have to be, right? So I'll do a recap. Hotel. Now we're going by the volunteer place. I don't see Sebastian's sign up. I can check on that tomorrow. And here's his high school. But you can see it's just dark everywhere. The darkness we're seeing here is no different in their neighborhood. And, you know, I'll edit this together to where it looks neat. But we'll be searching tomorrow. We have 2 spots. Hold on one second here. We have 2 spots that we're going to be searching. Hopefully we get some type of evidence as to where Sebastian Rogers may be. Searching these spots. And then possibly more depending on how the day goes. But we're back, boots on the ground, looking for Sebastian Rogers. Where could he have been gone? Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, more to come. In its entirety, we're going to go through now and talk about a few things. So here we go. Well, maybe we're not going to go. Here we go. Okay. So here we go into the neighborhood. As you can see, these are the specs, if you will. It is last night, Friday, March 21st. Just went in right at 11 p.m. We felt like this time was a time to where probably most cars had already come. We didn't want to interact with any other cars. It is a Friday night, so we were aware that other cars could be coming in. We didn't want to go too early or too late for any suspicious reasons, and you saw that when we talked about what we encountered and stuff. So let's just jump ahead here, and what we want to show is right here, boom. So that's why we're here, to show the difference in lighting, okay? Check that out. And you can see how it's extremely dark in the neighborhood without the home lights on. It's just extremely dark. Now here's what's interesting too. Pay attention how darker it's going to get. So where are we at this point? At this point, to the left is Stafford. We're on Kellen. We're going to take the route that the car was there 2 nights in a row, the night Sebastian disappeared, as well as the next night. We're going to take that same route, but I want you to notice something before we go further. Right here. Okay, so this is the house on the corner. Right here you turn to go to Stafford. This is the house on the corner. See, it has no lights going on here, but you see this light back here. I'm going to highlight that later. So let's continue. We'll turn the lights back on. So we're going up Kellen. When we get to the top of Kellen, what we do is we do a turnaround, okay? Now, just to show you as we do this turnaround, we went down Devon, I believe is the name of that, Devon Court, the last time, back in October. This time, we just did a turnaround like allegedly the car did that night and the night after Sebastian went missing. And then here we go again, turn our lights off again. Okay, so now, this is actually a little darker, especially you can see here the more vibrant color in the cell phone. It's actually darker than it was on the other. Why? Because these lights aren't beaming as much. Now, there's still a lot of lights here. But still, wait till we get to the common area. Wait till we get to the common area. It's really going to blow your mind. So you can see we were doing about 7 miles an hour. I'm going to look and see how fast we were coming back down. Just unbelievably dark. I'm doing it really quick because... So I'm up to 10, 11, 13. Friday night. I think it's... So it looks like maybe 15. I think I get, yeah, well, like 18. You know, people can come in and out the neighborhood. Now, this is the next test we're going to do. 20. And we're real cautious of the neighbors, and people could be coming in. So as what I said, same thing I said, we're cautious of the neighbors. You hear us say that. We're just trying to get an idea of how dark and the areas, especially with no lights on your car. So too late or definitely too early. A couple of different things I want to notice as we get closer to Stafford. We are now about to make the turn we're on Kellen now. We're about to make the turn off. Okay, at this point, I want to note a few things. So earlier when we first came in, I had the lights off. I said, notice that there's lights going on right here, right? So this is the house right on the corner. And you see right here, they have something lit up in the back. Now, I don't know if that's motion censored, if it's something they leave on, but I did not notice driving through. I noticed it re-watching the video that, well, I take that back. I didn't notice it when we first came in, but what we noticed from the common area, I did realize that this was on the entire drive. So, question, is it something they leave on now 100% at night because of what happened and they don't want that to happen again? If so, people are going to be seen. Is it triggered? We don't know these answers, but there's another light they have. So this is one of the two new lights. There's another light we'll show as we come back by the common area. Now, listen to what I say here.
Of, oh no.
You see me say, oh no. Now, right here, this is the house with the video footage or the camera that catches the infamous 3 a.m. flashlight video. Okay, so, and we're aware that they now have their, I think they had that floodlight over on this side back when Sebastian disappeared that night, but they have it here now. We know it triggered we triggered it back in October. So the plan was simple. When I get really past this van, I was going to cut lights and turn with the goal to see, will their light trigger without my lights on? Because allegedly, we believe, at 3 a.m. that night, the 26th, that the car that allegedly took Sebastian away didn't have lights on until it backed out. So the question would be, can that motion sensor on this home be triggered by just the movement of the car without lights? Well, you hear me say, oh no. The reason I say oh no is you can see, and you'll see even more as we get closer, the owner of this home was in his garage doing something. So immediately, I kind of go, oh, what am I going to do, right? Because I did not plan for this. I didn't know this was going to happen. So I couldn't make myself turn the lights off as I took the turn. I thought that would be way too suspicious. On one hand, I wish I would have still done it, but yet who I am as a person, who Silvers 2 and I are as people, I just didn't want to raise any suspicion with the guy being in his garage. I mean, it could have really alerted him, right? What is going on? So I didn't want to do that. So as you see, we will take the turn.
Oh, wow.
We take it with our lights on. You can see right here, he's got like a part of his truck's in and out, and maybe he's working on his truck or something. But we continue on, and I don't even know if you can tell.
So
Let's
that
see.
kind of threw us off. It hit.
Okay, you can see it a little bit right here. If you watch right in here, you'll see it illuminate about the time I say it hit.
Kind of threw us off.
Yeah, okay, you see that? So take a look here. Let's go back. Watch right here.
Okay, so that kind of threw us off.
There, it got.
It
so
hit.
So we triggered it again, and I fully believe we're going to look at this together because I've not analyzed this until now as I'm doing this video. I don't think our lights did it because the lights hit it. The lights hit it right there.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, my lights are lower than that. Lights couldn't do it. So we continue around. Okay, see, look at this point. Look, okay. We were able to do the test. I'm very excited now. My voice is getting high. We're able to do the test and not alert or concern a neighbor, that was our goal. I was nervous on this drive-through simply because I don't want this neighborhood, you hear it in the video, to go through any more. They did not cause Sebastian to go missing. One home did, in my opinion. But as you can tell right here, I paused this perfectly. You can see here in the cell phone as well as the dash cam. This light is not on yet. And our lights are done. They're gone. Our lights are beaming right here. And so watch. Watch this area because my lights are going to move and it's going to be very dark. And watch how my car, I felt that last night, but our car gets like straight on Stafford, then the light hits. And you'll hear me say it hit. Right then. Look. Look. Okay, so look at my view, my hood. We are facing down. Now, I've still got a little bit of a beam on their cars, but 98% I'm facing straight, and then the light illuminates. So, in my opinion, based on what we're watching here, it does not take the lights of your car to trigger that light. And I think we knew this anyway because in the security footage, you don't see the beams of the car, but the light is triggered. So I'm gonna run through it one more time without saying anything and just watch.
Okay, so that kind of threw us off. It hit.
It hit. Okay. So at this point, I'm kind of off because I'm like, okay, what happened there? But I'll pause here to show you can see very dark back through here. Minus if these house lights were off, very dark. You see the lights right here in the house beside Sebastian's house. But I want you to note this, and then we'll discuss.
Wow. So go ahead, hon, and turn the.
Okay, so take a look at this. Now, a couple of things happened at this moment. Since we knew the guy was working, and he probably saw our lights come through as we took the turn, I didn't want to cut the lights out. That's number one. We still accomplished what we needed to. At this point, I removed my cell phone from its holder, and I'm going to Silver's 2 did a great job. She rolled her window down, and I'm going to video the common area, which is to our right. Okay, we know this because here's the home, and it's over here. I was nervous with seeing the guy. I wasn't sure. Plus, now I'm stopped on the road. So if he's walked down and looked at our car, he now sees that I have a black car. So now we're in complete darkness. And I don't want to do this very long in case another car comes from somewhere. We don't want an incident. So with all this going on, I end up stopping the video on my cell phone. So as I physically did turn and was looking at the very, very dark. It's so dark. Common area. But the camera wasn't recording. So just trust me that what you're seeing here, the common area is over here. It is dark. I mean, so if you go back and compare what we're looking at now to any other part of the neighborhood, which has been two so far, top of Kellen and the entryway right beside Stafford, they had more light to them. But here, you don't have any lights over here. This is nothing. If this house didn't have its lights on, it would be almost completely dark. And this is where I say, if there was a person, if Sebastian was standing right here, you couldn't even see him. So I noticed that this home that has the two lights, that second light is obviously out. They need to replace the bulb. But these are the two lights you see in the flashlight video. And they also had their inside, their garage lights were on because you see them through the little windows. So that's what these are. But even though we're not looking at the common area, we'll see it a little bit later as we go through this video. But that's how dark it is. And it's even darker because there's no lights besides the few that we're saying are the new ones. So it's like this. Okay? So we'll continue.
See how.
So we go on through, and you hear me talk about, you can go back and watch the video. I talk about how I'm whack and all these different things. But as soon as I do that, then I realize where we are. And right here is Sebastian's home. Okay? So my lights, the house beside Sebastian's home, and you can see just how dark it is. Extremely dark, and we'll highlight that a little bit more. Sign is still up. As I've said before, I wish they would straighten the sign up, but it is up. We come all the way down. When we turn around in the cul-de-sac, much like we did at the top of Kellen, we kill lights again.
Once again, we'll do it right here. This is Stafford Court.
Okay. And the one thing you'll notice is on both cameras, it's dark. Okay? It's extremely dark. So the top of Stafford, as well as the common area on Stafford, the two, we cut lights off on 4 different spots. We came in on Kellen beside Stafford, going up Kellen, at the top of Kellen, after we took the turn on the Stafford at the common area, and now at the top of Stafford. And at the common area in here are the darkest spots, and they just happen to be the street Sebastian lives on. Okay, so now we're going to go back by, and at
Right?
this point, I
I mean, you can't
decided
see anything. Right?
to show the home.
It's amazing. You can't see anything. You see little beams of light coming off.
So at this point, what you have to look
Yeah.
at is the bottom camera, bottom angle. And you see Katie's work van is there. I'm not sure if there's a car beside her or not. But much like she describes that night, okay, the only lights that were on were the two above the garage, one each. This house is completely blacked out. I don't even know if anybody was there. No front light on, nothing. The sign, here it is. So what I want you to look at, and this will show, this is what I was talking about earlier. This is the car house behind them. See that? The house behind them, and they've got their, it's hard to show you because it disappears, but look behind Katie's van, and between that van and that truck, and that's that area, that home behind them. It looks like they got their backlight on. Another question, does it stay on now all the time, or does it trigger? But look at how the house looks lit, or not lit, but light, and it's not. This is how dark it is. So this is a great illustration of how dark it looks by the naked eye from the dash cam, because it doesn't have low light, and how a cell phone camera will brighten it up, if you will, a low light filter. Okay, so let's cruise through.
Garage lights on. There's Sebastian's sign still up.
And here again we'll show. So I'm looking at, see the home in its entirety for the most part, but look, it's dark. Extremely dark. Extremely dark. So this home here that has the Ring camera that would maybe catch something, with it being this dark, you wouldn't be able to see anything. Okay, so we'll go on by, and at this point, I'm going to notice something. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Right here, I'm going to notice, okay, here we go. Perfect. At this point, I noticed that there's a lot going on. So this is the home at the corner of Kellen and Stafford. Look at this light here. I'm going to back up. See that light right there? It's very low. It's basically on the ground. This is the light back here. I'm going to have to move. I'll have to move and you'll see it. But this is, I just think I can move this thing. No. Okay. But right here, this is that light. See it from the back deck? And I don't think it's triggered by anything. I think it's on all the time. I think they must turn this on now. Or maybe it comes on when the sun goes down. We have a lot like that on our house. And then you have this one. So those are the new lights in the common area. Okay, so see how much of the common area I show. You can see them even closer right here. Look. So we are almost where the alleged car was. If these lights would have been on that night, no one would have, they would have been seen. They would have been seen. So the question becomes, and it's still dark. You can see right here, it's still dark, but those are lit. The question would become, are those on now because of what happened that night? And we go on, and I don't want to, you're not going to see him, but right here you can see feet, head. So this, rightly so. Two things I want to show in this. One, he's come out of his garage, and he probably stood there the entire time we drove down Stafford, and I don't blame him. Okay, he wanted to see what was going on. Part of me wanted to stop and talk to him, but at the same time, it's 11 p.m. At this time, we came in the neighborhood just about 1 minute after. We've been in there about 5 to 6 minutes, and that's number one. Number two, his light's still on. So one of the questions could be is how long once it's triggered? Does it stay on for 5 minutes? Does it stay on for 10 minutes? 2 minutes? Did he trigger it when he came back out? Did it cut off while we were on, going by Sebastian's home, and he triggered it when he came back out? That's unknown, right? So, and then that's it. We go on. He stands there. There was no waving or anything. I just wanted to let him know. I almost stopped to say, "Hey, man, we're just trying to see the neighborhood, not here to do anything else. So that's pretty much it. And then I'll just go back to right here. This this is going to give you, without actually looking at the common area, which is off to the right. Believe me, that's how dark it is. Okay, and you don't have this, so it's extremely dark in that common area, which would make sense. Allegedly, in my opinion, why this boy, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, say his name, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, would have been taken out and come that way to put in a car. Disclaimer on the wall. So, hope that makes sense to you. There's a thumbnail. Missing. 383 days gone. Where is Sebastian? Share his flyer. Say his name. Where is Sebastian? It was a perfect neighborhood. It is a perfect neighborhood if you want to do something at 3 a.m. and not be seen. Allegedly, in my opinion, Sebastian was taken out of his home. And the question is, where is he now? So, that wraps up the video. Tomorrow you'll have the search video where a couple of interesting things we came across, but did not find Sebastian. And hopefully maybe you can see something that we didn't see, but the real success was getting to two areas that I really needed to get to for my own sense of what I was thinking and feeling. So there you go. Drive again through the neighborhood. Questions, comments, leave them. Send me an email if you like, silversonthescene@yahoo.com. Let's end this with this. That's why we're here. Let's keep the awareness alive so we can find him. I can't get that to do that. Hold on. And get justice. All right. Say his name. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Have a great evening. More to come. Stay tuned. More to come. Silvers on the Scene. Thank you.